is actually conducted once in a month, generally on a Sunday, as the name suggests. And here we meet and have three parts in this meeting. One part we do book sharings and book readings, whereby we actually read from Bhagwan's works, and each reading is actually so awe-inspiring and invokes more depth of devotion in us to inculcate a reading habit. So we have three readers in today's book reading slot who will be reading from Bhagwan's books. The second phase of the meeting, we will have a talk on self-inquiry. And after that, we will have a personal experience sharing by Uma Veluji from Malaysia. Followed by that, we will have a silence. We will observe silence for around 10 minutes, and the meeting will culminate and immerse itself in that silence. So that's how we actually go around. So I request all of you to stay back till the end of the meeting and also use the last 10 minutes to have that practice of silence, because Bhagwan's teachings are all crystallized into that one segment only. There is no word, there is really no teaching. And if you want, there can be many teachings, but if for the mature sadhak, the observation of silence is the way. And that's why we have created this platform where we can learn to practice at least 10 minutes of silence a day as a daily habit, not only just for the meeting, but just being with oneself. It's not about doing any japa, meditation, or any other practice, just being. And slowly, the momentum of that silence actually catches up on us, and it becomes an inner avastha or a state rather than just a mere practice. So I'd like to share screen and show a short video of around 1 minute. And this video is about one of the famous texts of Upadesha Saram, which has 30 verses by Sri Bhagwan. And I find the text as a complete compilation of every teaching that I've ever heard in my lifetime. It is analogous to the Gita, and it's very high in its spiritual caliber to elevate, to illuminate, and to translate into our daily action. So I just put together the verses in a 1 minute video and just sharing the screen. Is my screen visible? So thank you very much. This is a wonderful text which is available at Ramana Ashram also. So you can do book sharing, book reading of that each verse, and one verse, even one verse a week is also wonderful, because it's not just about reading. It's a lot about assimilating and absorbing and Shravan and Manan, basically, to con- consolidate what we understand and perceive. So thank you very much. And now we will be starting with the book readings. I will invite the first person, Pairabda ji, to do the book reading. So kindly introduce yourself with your name and the book. Please show the book which you're reading from. Thank you.
Namaskaram. The portion of the book which I am going to share with all of you is this talks with Sri Ramana Maharishi, and there is no particular order in which the chapters or the talks are selected. I just have picked them up randomly, and most of the time, what happens is that whatever thoughts are going in your mind, whatever is you are experiencing in your day-to-day life, the events do occur in front of you, either in form of a satsang or in form of a discussion or something which is just happening around you. You know, you just have to be conscious. You just have to be present in that moment to realize what is happening with you. So incidentally, this was a very a portion which was very close to my heart, the question which often arises with most of us, and it just incidentally came. So I'm sharing that portion, maybe not the full portion of this talk. It is available on the page 426 of this book, Talks with Shri Ramana Maharishi. Okay, so this is a conversation between Lord Rama and his guru Vasistha. So the question is put forward by the devotee to Bhagwan, and where Lord Rama asked his guru Vasistha that Brahman being pure, how can Maya arise from him and veil him also? So Vasistha replies, in pure mind associated with strong dispassion, this question will not arise. Of course, in Advaita, which is non-dualistic philosophy, there can be no place for Jiva, Ishvara, and Maya. Oneself sinking into the self, the vasanas or the tendencies will entirely disappear, leaving no room for such a question. So Maharishi replies here, the answers will be according to the capacity of the seeker. It is said in the second chapter of Gita that no one is born or dies. But in the fourth chapter, Shri Krishna says that numerous incarnations of his and of Arjuna had taken place, all known to him, known to Shri Krishna, all known to him, but not to Arjuna. Which of these statements is true? Both statements are true, but from different standpoints. And now a question is raised, how can Jiva rise up from the self? I must answer, only know your real being, then you will not raise this question. Why should a man consider himself separate? How was he before being born, or how will he be after death? Why waste time in such discussions? And what was your form in deep sleep? Why do you consider yourself as an individual? Devotee asks again, my form remains subtle in deep sleep. Maharishi, as is the effect, so is the cause. As is the tree, so is its seed. The whole tree is contained in the seed, which later manifests as the tree. The expanded tree must have a substratum which we call Maya. As a matter of truth, there is no seed nor a tree, and there is only being. So, with this, I put my words to rest. Let Dr. Pallavi continue. And thank you for providing this platform and opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhairavji. This was a wonderful read. And the Yoga Vasisht is one of the highest spiritual legendary texts that can be read for one's inner sadhana and awakening. It is also available on Amazon and Ramanashram. So if anybody wants to read, it has page-wise, date-wise pages, so you can read a page every day. And you can search it on Amazon and you can find and buy the book from there. It's absolutely amazing. I'm now going to welcome the second speaker, that is Payal Pankhiji, and she is going to be reading from this book called Face to Face with Ramana Maharshi. Payal, could you share the book?
Yeah, we are going to read from this book, Face to Face.
Yes.
So, K. Venkaratnam and Andhra had a religious bent of mind since childhood. After his sacred thread ceremony at the age of 7, he never failed to repeat Gayatri Mantra, even for a day. He was advised by a religious teacher to go to Tiruvannamalai and serve Sri Ramana. The following account is as given by Rosner, who had come Ramanashram in 1968 and had diligently served Venkaratnam till his passing. When Venkaratnam came to Ramanashramam in 1944, he happened to meet Professor Shiva Mohan Lal, whom he had known before. Lal introduced him to Maharishi. He sat down and began his japa, but strangely, he could not remember his mantra, even though he had repeated it so many times before. Suddenly, he felt an infinite expanse of pure consciousness, the Atma, which lasted for some time. He stayed for a few days and returned to his place. All the way back in the train, the same experience occurring again and again. Later, when he came to the ashram and served Bhagwan, he worked at the bookstall and at the ashram library. Bhagwan personally taught him how to bind books and also to read and write Tamil. In 1949, Lal asked Bhagwan if Venkaratnam could join as one of his personal attendants. Bhagwan said he had no objection provided the office gives the permission, which was given. One day, Venkaratnam quietly went behind the Maharshi in the hall and started fanning him, forgetting that he had earlier made it very clear that nobody need fan him. At this, Maharishi got angry, saying, "Oh, very good, very special. This fellow thinks he is doing a great service. Why does not he go and fan all bhaktas and get the punya of fanning the devotees of all of the Guru?" He spoke of and on like this to and asked Bhagwan to forgive him and for having made Bhagwan exert himself so much to correct his fault. Bhagwan graciously said, "Never mind, everybody makes a mistake." Bhagwan had a number of attendants who would serve him in shift. Venkaratnam chose to have 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. shift. It was the time when he got his heart's desire fulfilled to be intimately close to Bhagwan. Many nights were spent in spiritual talk or simply gazing at the divine face of the Maharishi. At the sight of blood, while dressing the wound of Bhagwan's hand, Venkaratnam would feel faintless. Bhagwan rebuked him, saying, "Don't come near me. You people come here thinking that Bhagwan is sick and is dying. I don't want you to come near me. If you have such thoughts," even he asked Bhagwan that without thinking that such and such thing must be done and relieve the suffering. How could he serve him? He was told that he should simply play his part as in a drama and do whatever is necessary with mental attitude of a witness attending to the work as the situation demands. Following Bhagwan's instruction, he began to feel that everything was Atma Vilasa, the divine play, and the Bhagwan was simply playing a role as a sick person. Although in reality he was Paramatma himself. After the Mahanirvana of the Maharishi, he would feel sad whenever he thought of love and concern that Maharishi had towards him and would sometime weep. After the 10th day following of the Mahanirvana, he left and his native place but continued to visit and serve the ashram. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Payalji. This was a beautiful experience that was shared. This book is beautiful, Face to Face with Ramana Maharishi. It has many experiences of devotees who came with many kind of questions to Sri Bhagwan and found the questions evaporating in the presence. So the third speaker for today is Dr. Abhimanyu Vishnu. Dr. Abhimanyu and I are batchmates, MBBS batchmates and friends for past so many years now. And he is very devout to Bhagwan and bases his entire life on the teachings. So we are very happy to have him here. Thank you.
Namaskaram and Jai Bhagwan. I would like to read. Am I audible first of all? Am I clearly audible and visible?
Little more louder.
Louder, because I'm using a Bluetooth speaker. Shall I take off the Bluetooth speaker and just speak from the tab? Is that better?
Yeah, that would be better. Just
give me a second to adjust my system.
Yes.
Yes.
Device disconnected.
Now, can you hear me now? Am I clear and audible?
Yes, this is much better.
This looks better. Okay. Namaskaram. Thank you, Dr. Pallavi, for giving this opportunity, and thanks to everyone for this intense learning sessions. I'd like to read from this book called very curious and you might call it allegorical piece written or rather narrated by Bhagwan called the Song of the Popadam. So it seems that Bhagwan, though not a great foodie himself, was actually supposed to be a good cook who is to help out in the kitchen affairs of Ramanashram. And as like all mothers do, Bhagwan's mother who was living with him, this was year of 1914 in the Virupaksha cave. His mom used to try to ply him with food. So there was a time when his mom was making papadam. Papadam is what we call papad. So his mom was making papadam and she asked Bhagwan to help him. So Bhagwan, instead of helping her in doing this papadam, he composed a poem which has an allegory of the papadam with the self. And it kind of illustrates how we can reach the state of Brahman. So I'll it's basically 5 verses. Try and make some papadams. Eat them and your longing satisfy. Don't roam the world disconsolate. Eat the word unique, unspoken, taught by the teacher true who teaches the truth of being, awareness, bliss. Try and make some satisfy. Take the black ground, ego self, growing in the fivefold body shield, and grind it in the koan. The wisdom quest of who am I, reducing it to finest flour. Try and make some satisfy. Mix it with pirandai juice, which is holy company. Add mind control, the cumin seed, the pepper of self-restraint, the salt of non-attachment, and asafoetida, the aroma of virtuous inclination. Try and make some satisfy. In the hot mortar, place the dough, and with mind pestle inward turned, pound it hard with strokes of I, then flatten it with the rolling pin of stillness on the level of slab of being. Walk away, untiring, steady, cheerful. Try and make some satisfy. Put the poppadom in the ghee of Brahman, held in the pan of infinite silence, and fry it over the fire of knowledge. Now as I transmute it into that, eat and taste the self as self, abiding as the self alone, try and make some satisfy. The reason I chose this one was because Bhagwan had an innate ability to express the deepest spiritual truths into very simple layman language. That is the reason why Bhagwan appeals both to the layman and to the ascetic. And this was an example of how you would use common allegory to translate spiritual truths into everyday life. So thank you, Dr. Pallavi, for this opportunity. Jai Bhagwan.
Thank you, Dr. Abhimanyu. So we all need to start making those popatams and start residing and abiding more and more in the self. Now we have finished the book readings, and I will invite special guest for today. He is Kendra at Hyderabad, and he comes from the Maharishi's lineage of Swami Madhav Tirtha from Balad, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. And he also received the Brahma Upadesham from Dr. Premji at Ahmedabad. And he blogs often, and he writes his articles about Sri Bhagwan are also in the process of getting published in the Direct Path at Ramana Kendra, Delhi. Direct Path is the circulation magazine of Ramana Kendra, Delhi. So we have welcomed him today and taken his time, where he will be speaking about the main concept of self-inquiry, which is in compiled in that question of who am I. So over to Dr. Amarnath. Namaste.
Arunachala Shiva. So I got 8 minutes of time. First 4 minutes we'll discuss about the Bhagavan's examples. Then 4 minutes about how to apply that in the life. So recently I have been to Ramana Ashramam last month. I was there for almost 7 days. So you all know Ganeshan Ji is a great grand nephew of Bhagavan. In fact, he kept the name of Ganesha to him. So I used to go to his sweet home and sit at his feet and learn so many things. So I wanted to share with you. So please note, don't take personally. The talk will be humorous. Sometimes you may be getting annoyed with this, or you may be feeling it's very utterly nonsense. Huh? So because the pure Tattva Jnana, that is Shuddha Sattva and Shuddha Tamas, the both are mimicking. Somebody is sleeping, you think that he is in Tamas, but Jnani is also sleeping, he is not at all sleeping. So there is a double meaning in this. Please note that. Don't use the samsaric mind for all those things. So that means the mind which is learning is always in the present. So means whatever the experience we have got, the past is completely renewed. So whatever I have learned, I am Dr. Amarnath, I am so and so, is not there at all whenever a Jnani is discussing. So first of all, I am grateful to Bhagavan and Swami Madhava Tirtha. He sent a book named called Maya before going to the Bhagavan. He went with so many bhaktas, devotees to the Bhagavan, and he fallen down just like a big tree, tall tree falling on the feet of Bhagavan. So we have to learn all those things that cannot be explained in this meeting. So, and we'll take one of the example which is told by Ganeshanji to me about the self-inquiry today. So there used to be a great Shankaracharya in those days. He was a very famous all over the world. He was so famous that nobody can defeat him in the world. So Jagat Guru Shankaracharya. So he was reading a scripture, and in that he got one doubt. Whenever the Hara Gauri means, मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलूंगा तो बाकी सब लोगों को इजी हो जाएगा. जब शिव जी और पार्वती जब एक होते हैं तो आपको ज्ञान रूपी पुत्र प्राप्त होता है. तो इसको कैसे करना चाहिए? तो समझ में नहीं आया, तो तुरंत भगवान रमन महर्षि को पत्र लिखा कि इसका प्रश्न का उत्तर प्लीज दीजिए. तो नॉर्मल जो भी करते हैं ऐसा माननीय महोदय भगवत स्वरूप श्री रमन महर्षि जी हमको बताइए. फिर भगवान ने बताया ठीक है हम उत्तर देंगे, लेकिन आपको इधर रमन महर्षि आश्रम आना पड़ेगा. ध्यान से सुनेंगे, बहुत ही गहरा चीज है. अभी हम व्हाट्सएप मैसेज भेज देंगे या ऐसा करेंगे, ये ऐसा नहीं है. ज्ञान ऋषि मुनियों के साथ बैठ के सीखना पड़ता है. तो अभी जो हम सीख रहे हैं ये व्हाट्सएप में या यूट्यूब में, ये जो है जगत मिथ्या, ये समझ में आएगा, लेकिन ब्रह्म क्या है जिन्होंने अनुभव किया है उसी से वो ट्रांसफर होता है. दैट्स व्हाई भगवान सेज स्पर्श दीक्षा या whatever name giving, all those things are secondary. Only Mauna Diksha means heart to heart speech. But you should be at that level to understand. इसलिए सेल्फ इंक्वायरी करने के लिए ओनली वन रिक्वायरमेंट, दैट इज एकमुखी मन, अंतर्मुखी मन, मतलब किधर भी नहीं भाग रहा है, वैसा ही मन जो है सेल्फ इंक्वायरी के लिए प्री रिक्विजिट है. तो अभी थोड़े लोगों को सेल्फ इंक्वायरी में मजा नहीं आ रहा है, तो उनको क्या करना चाहिए? तो उनके लिए भगवान शिव अरुणाचल शिवा जपो, या उनको हिलाते थे जो लोग सोते थे, जाओ थोड़ा गिरी प्रदक्षिणा करके आओ. हाँ? या जिस जिसको जैसा जैसा अच्छा लगा वैसा वैसा बोलते थे. तो प्लीज नोट, द गुरु इज दैट पर्सन, he will understand where you are. You may be in LKG, you may be in 10th standard, you may be PhD. First of all, he only understand where are you and he removes the block. अभी हम क्या कर रहे हैं, थोड़े लोग PhD में है, वो लोग पढ़ रहे हैं LKG, और जो LKG है वो लोग PhD पढ़. Wrong. So that's what we are going from LKG today. So there are three sattas: Vyavaharika satta, Pratibhasika satta, and Vastavik satta. Similarly, there are three worlds. That is Adi Bhautika, means what we are seeing with our the five senses. Adi Daivika means Daivika Jagat, like in Sukshma Sharira, we see in dream world. Another one is Adhyatmika. Adhyatmika means you are there everywhere. That is a self. So that is the real experience of death. Means this body-mind complex, we are parichinnata. We are creating a boundary that is completely lost. That is self-realization. Means you never feel any boundary. You never have it. Will have a doubt. That is reading from the Yoga Vasishtha. So I am creating. I am Dr. Amarnath. I am so and so. One small example will tell. Madam, please tell the time after 4 minutes. Huh? Then we'll complete within 4 minutes. So morning, my sister messaged me, Amar, I am here. She is from USA. Then I said, if you take out the USA or Hyderabad, you are on the earth. So the USA or Hyderabad is an imagination. Please, we are going into very deep self-inquiry. Please note this. So there is no USA, there is no Hyderabad. These are the names kept by us. Now we'll go a little deeper into this. So when I am in deep sleep, is I am there. You leave about the Hyderabad and USA. I am there. Please ask this question. Go into deep study of yourself now. Yes, I am there, but I cannot express. So who has slept is different. That is the Sushupti Purusha. Now we are in Jagrat Purusha. So both are different. So what is the common in both? That is you. Similarly, Bhagavan asked him to come. So the Shankaracharya came back and He did not sit above. Usually Shankaracharya means, oh, they will be having lot of luxuries, golden throne, they have to sit so much of high and all. No, he kept his asana down, he bowed down, he has done Sashtanga Namaskar. All those things are very, very important. Please note this. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparah sanyatendriya. Now WhatsApp group has been created. In WhatsApp group, we are creating dollars, how to earn. This is not the aim. Except the self, there should not be any other focus to you except the Atma. Atman has no name and there is no shape, no Shabda. Similarly, mind also, pure mind is same. So he sat down, then asked him to read. Please note the same thing he is reading, what he has read. Now Bhagavan said, always Brahmajnana should be learned through the Brahmajnani. Don't read by yourself, self-inquiry or any, the pure Brahmajnana. So he said here, Hara Gauri. Hara Gauri means what? Hara means self, the Atman. The Gauri means mind. When mind abides in the self, then there will be no mind state. Still, within seconds, he lost his complete consciousness. Out. So whatever I have learned, I am so and so, that this, everything gone. Went into Samadhi. That is the real self-inquiry. So for that, the sadhu sangha is very, very important. One more incident told by Ganeshan. He was managing the whole Ramana ashram. So his mother asked to, उनकी माता जी ने बोला, अभी जाके तुम मार्केट से थोड़ा तरकारी लाओ, वेजिटेबल्स. तो गए, तो उनको जो आ आ ई बोले थे ना, वो गुरुजी मिले. तो अच्छे कपड़े में थे, जो ब्रह्मणाश्रम के मैनेजर. तो जैसे ही उनको देखा, तुरंत साष्टांग नमस्कार डाल दी. किधर? अरुणाचलम में, रोड के ऊपर, पूरे कपड़े खराब. This is giving your mind. Mind means full samskara. Since crores of lives we have samskar. अनेकों जन्मों के संस्कार वासना को सबको दे देना है. ध्यान से सुनेंगे, बहुत ऊंचा सत्संग है. विचार मतलब एक विचार, एक थॉट, एक ब्रेन इधर नहीं है. मन मतलब जो दिख रहा है, अंदर चित्ताकाश, बाहर भूताकाश, एक ही मन है. भूमिरापो नलो वायु खम्मनो बुद्धिरेवच. अनेक मन नहीं है, एक ही मन है. ऐसे एक ही जीव है. ध्यान से सुनेंगे. जैसे सपने में हम एक ही अनेक बने, अभी भी एक ही अनेक बन रहा है, लेकिन हमको ध्यान नहीं है. तो उन्होंने प्रणाम किया. तो हमको 2 दिन तक समझाया था कि आपको कैसे प्रणाम करना चाहिए. ये सेल्फ इंक्वायरी है. अपने सिर को झुकाना, अहंकार को झुकाना. बहुत सारे लोग आके ऐसा ऐसा प्रणाम, ऐसा ऐसा, ये नहीं होता. आपका मैं झुक गया, मैं नहीं आ रहा, कितना भी ट्राई करे तो नहीं आ रहा. दैट इज रियल सेल्फ इंक्वायरी. तो with this we'll take some more examples of another 1 or 2 minutes of self inquiry. Once again, the self inquiry cannot be discussed in 2 or 3 minutes or 2-3 lives. In Viveka Chudamani, Adi Shankaracharya says, so lakhs and crores of lives you have to do divya jivana, pavitra jivanam. So I cannot do cheating. Morning till evening I am a thief, and night I am becoming police and CBI inspector. That is wrong. Every second, every moment you are aware, because mind is attacking you. Bhagwan gives the same example. Like so many enemies, शत्रु लोग बैठे हैं किले में, एक एक करके उसको शूट करते जाओ. मैं कौन हूँ, मैं कौन. अभी मैं बोलने वाला बना हूँ क्या, सुनने वाला बना हूँ क्या, पूछो अपने आप को. So most of them people here, so many, how many are there? Almost 21. So everybody is in your Zoom. You never entered the Zoom. Please open your eyes. Like that, we have never entered this body and mind, this waking state. Just a reflection. Yes, you are there as a just reflection. Similarly, see, I am thinking that 20 more people are there. Wrong, nonsense. You yourself has become this 21 people in this Zoom, because your application is there. Like that, one mind, the whole Vishwam Darpana Dushamana Nagari. Only one, the mirror is there. We are seeing the mirror as images. There are no images at all. Just now Pallavi ji has told. Like that, please start inquiry. One more example. I went to buy some grocery and some things in the D-Mart. I thought I have to pay through card. Card was not there, debit card. I mean, where I have kept my card? So last month, my parents went to Char Dham Yatra, so I have given my card. So then I traced my memory, so I have kept the card in home, so it is not available. Like that, you trace the I, not the other things. Yesterday, some people were asking what is the meaning of self in Tamil and all language. So that is good, but you have to go beyond. Whom is this question? Means I am becoming seeker. Am I the seeker? Second question. So this seeker is present in Trikala Abhadita is Satyam. Means is there in my deep sleep? Not there. So it is a creation, mind creation. You see birds. Bird they will pick in the mirror. Oh, another bird is sitting inside. Like that, whatever we are seeing is myself. Like suppose a broken mirror is there. You are seen as thousands of images. You are not thousand. You are alone. So second example. This is given by Ramana Maharshi to Ramaswamy Pillai. Please visit Who Am I Hall. So please understand the Ramaswamy Pillai and our problem is similar. His wife he lost when he was young. So to ask to marry second girl or not, he came to Bhagavan. Please understand this. Don't think that they don't have this nonsense. Kama, Krodha, everybody has that. Similarly, Guru Vachaka Kovai written by the Muruganar. He asked so many times, I am living with you, even then I am getting wrong thoughts. I am getting sexual thoughts. Bhagavan says, don't worry about that. Don't go into that area. It will go off. So they lived for so many years. Arthur Aspon, so many people, they came. Chadwick, I have kept my name as Sadhu Arunachala, but I am not getting anything, Bhagavan. These are the complaints.
Yes.
Annamalai Swami, I am getting sexual thought. That lady is there, I am always with that. So be truthful to yourself. That's the first thing. Tremendous honesty is needed. Tremendous honesty. Even small thoughts, the unholy thought, you should be aware of that. Please start with that. So that will come if you live a good life. Similarly, it has been said by my mentor, who can see the past lives. So Bhagavan was the third incarnation. First he was a Kumaril Bhatta, then he was a Jnana Sambandhar, then he has become Ramana Maharshi. Means so much of austerities has to be done. There is no shortcut way. Similarly, one question was asked to regarding Jeddu Krishnamurti. So she said same thing. He has completed all those things in the past lives. So please start doing whatever you are doing. I am doing Nama Japa, do with 100% mind. So that is the sign of your progression. There should not be outgoing mind. So Ekamukhi man. Today we have learned only one single principle. So my mind is not going. So if you are not able to do that, Bhagavan tells just me, my, I. Say this. Whenever you are doing, now I am telling whether my I is there or not. Similarly, Madam has told, I am also senior consultant, pediatric endocrinologist, DNB examiner. I have written so many medical textbooks. That is in the dream. So I am not going to tell this here. Please understand. Suppose I am putting one message into the WhatsApp. I should think whether I am putting as to make others learn or I am learning. Please concentrate on this. So if I am having vasana, I should get name and fame. I should get love. I would do namaskaram, namaskaram. No, nonsense. You are in Shastra Vasana. You are in Loka Vasana. So please concentrate in each and small deeds. Small deed. So whenever I am getting Vasana, I have identified. So I will not put into group. I am aware of my Vasana.
Yes.
I should get Namaskaram. I should get Pranams. I should get put. Just now you have read, no? From the second this thing. So please be aware of that. So here we are not doing upasana, we are doing upavasana. We are sitting with our vasana.
Yes,
That
so
is
true.
nonsense.
So all
So
the
please
entire
be aware.
WhatsApp platform is now become exactly like that, where we are just, broadcasting very mindlessly. So that could be the first point of practicing self-inquiry in the urban world. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Dr. Kulkarni. It's been lovely having you here to illuminate this teaching in a very relatable way. So the practice of self-inquiry is not something as easy to grasp, but yet it is so close at hand. That is the paradox with which we are faced with when we try to practice self-inquiry. So there, I would say that for me, I've never really been great at self-inquiry, but there's only one thing that has helped, and that has caused all the transformation, and that is the grace. I don't understand much intellectually, but it happens to me. So if you can either go very knee deep into devotion, then bhakti is the mother of jnana. So for everybody, they need not be very intellectual in reading the scriptures, but still Bhagwan's grace, Bhagwan's relatability, Bhagwan's love, that is so vast that it touches the heart core, and it transmutes, transforms, and completely changes the scenario of one's perspective. So if you are open and if you are ready, then it's happening to you in this moment. There is no tomorrow when you will have some bulb or some aura around yourself and you will become a jnani. You are, if you are in the hridayam, I feel, then you are the jnani, because from there the illumination is constantly erupting like a cyclical spanda that you can feel in your heart. So if you feel that, please don't worry that you cannot understand more of core spiritual text, and you cannot do more meditation sitting like this with the Gyan Mudra and doing the self-inquiry. If you are connected if you're in the orbit of Bhagwan, that is enough. He is actually inciting those explosions inside you, which you also are not aware of. So there are many kinds of people who are connected to Bhagwan. So there are intellectuals, and there are bhaktas, and there are laymen, and there are tantrics, and there is everybody. So he's like that huge shade in which there is no divide. उसमें कोई बायस नहीं है कि आप नहीं आ सकते क्योंकि आप पढ़ नहीं सकते, या आप इंक्वायरी नहीं कर सकते, या आप ये नहीं कर सकते. आप में इंक्वायरी की जागरूकता अपने आप, उसका बीज, वो प्रेरणा आपके अंदर अपने आप आएगी. आप सिर्फ आकर उस शेड में बैठें and it will start, it will erupt. Thank you very much. This was a wonderful topic.
Yeah, just one last, last word is that, as madam was saying, so you have been selected by Bhagavan. When she asked the question, I told same thing. Course of life, Bhagavan has kept ourselves in his womb. Please note this. Our parents are not real parent. Bhagavan is real parent. Even if you don't want, he will make you to self-realize. Please note this. Never think negative. One day you will understand. My mentor told, I have a record clipping. It took 2.5 years to understand, because that time my mind was so much full of thoughts. So don't worry. Again and again listen, be relaxed, and whatever you are doing, I am doing japa, I am doing dhyana, inquiry, whatever, self-inquiry, continue that. Don't leave that. And it's a 24 hours sadhana. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amana. Now, actually, we are a little bit delayed, but then the flow of the talk was so beautiful that it did not feel like disrupting it. Next, we have Uma Veluji from Malaysia. Uma Veluji is also holding silent satsangs in her amazing center at Malaysia. And they had their first silent satsang last week, and they did some book readings and they enjoyed. So Uma Veluji is going to share her personal experience of how she feels connected to Bhagwan and how Bhagwan is actually percolating into her being. Yes, Umaji, please.
Namaste, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Wonderful. Pallaviji, thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm in love with this satsang. Like you said, I wish I could keep on listening. It's so beautiful. What beautiful learning. Goodness me. So thank you for this. Thank you so much. The book readings were amazing. It felt like everyone were reading for me as well. So yes, I'll share a little experience that I had recently. Bhagwan, finally, after 2 years, my family got into COVID. It was a very difficult time. so much of pain. I have a special needs son, and it was quite challenging. You know, he was shocked himself, looking after him, and everyone was sick. And I didn't know what to do. I was confused. And then I have students who were supposed to come to my center, and parents were very, very upset when I told them, you know, I'll be closing the place for a week to rest. So, and there was a lot of guilt and difficulty inside me at that moment. So very quickly, I turned to Bhagwan and I told him, what do? I do not know what to do. You guide me as usual. I'm feeling helpless. And what happened next was again so silent, so peaceful. Problems as usual come and dissolve on their own. I experienced it. So on one hand, I was sick and lying down in bed, medication, looking after everyone. And on the other hand, I was so active, lots of energy surge in me. I experienced. I was able to get out of bed. I was cooking for everyone. I was cleaning the house. I was mopping, and then I would run and jump into the bed again, resting, and talk to Bhagwan, thanking him. And then again, I would jump out of bed and doing lots of things. My husband was surprised. He was jealous. He was asking, "My goodness, are you real?" And my daughter asked, "How can you do that?" And in my heart, I knew it was Bhagwan who was guiding me. It was so obvious. And I recover. I was one of the first to recover in like within 4 days. And my students were all right. They got COVID as well, and they were recovering very well. And we are all back to the center happily. It's going so well now. Lots of energy, lots of joy. So problems come and they just dissolve. And I really feel that it is Bhagwan's grace that I'm enjoying at this moment. Lots of synchronicity between what's in my thoughts and what I'm seeing around me, the events that is occurring. They're all falling into place so beautifully. I don't have to do anything. I'm just so grateful for all this. Thank you so much. That's my sharing.
Thank you so much, Umaji. It's been wonderful to have this personal sharing. It creates more an impact than many more books that we read when our hearts are moved. And that is how Bhagwan is actually moving us through you today. So I thank all the participants who've been here, who've taken out this time on Sunday morning to come and be present with us. And I really hope for more and more participants to come and share their personal sharings also. For this, I also have a website called myramanamaharishi.com. That is a devotional offering to Sri Bhagwan that enables devotees from across the world to contribute in many ways that they feel for Bhagwan. It could be in the form of their poems, their posts, their write-ups, their art, their music, their dance. So bhakti has no one way to project itself. So it just happens, the flow takes various forms of creativity. So I would request that if any of you are willing and wishing, they can mail me their submissions and those will be put up on that website for record, and many people will be able to access and feel inspired. Also, the website has a large collection of free books on Bhagwan, a lot of database, a lot of good blog posts about his various devotees, places and things to do in Arunachala. So please make use of the resource. I will be sharing the website link in the group after this meeting. So we have finished all the slots of this meeting and we are finally at the last one in which we just need to practice silence. So it is, we are running a little late, but we will practice 5 minutes of silence, after which this meeting will automatically end. So thank you very much. Namo Ramana.